Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Lilo Siegel. I know it hasn't been a while since I showed you an English video for sewing, but here I am and I'd like to show you how easy it is to make for a sweater or pullover a nice change for a cuffling, which is gonna look something like this. So what you need to cut first of all the material, measure your wrist approximately in the position where you would like to have the cuffling. Mine will be approximately here, and that's why my finished length should be 22, because it's got to overlap for the button and the buttonhole. Therefore, I cut this piece of material 24 long, and as I want it to be finished approximately 7 centimeters, therefore my piece has to be 16 centimeter wide. So 16 wide and 24 in the length, one piece. As material for blouses and cufflings are usually quite thin, you need to put a fine interfacing against it. So iron one on half or completely on the cuffling. That doesn't matter, that's your desire, that's what you want. As well, you need from some old curtain an edge of your choice. Also the widths can be different, whichever you want. Mine is now approximately cut by 7 centimeters, but the actual design is about 6. And I cut a length of 60 centimeters, which is approximately 3 times the size of my cuffling. For the ruffle on this one that I want to do, I already stitched twice through with my sewing machine. On the beginning, I did a back and forward stitch to hold it in position, and at the end I just let the threads hang loose, because I'm going to take my 2 top threads now and pull them to the length of the cuffling as I need it. These are my 2 top threads, and I pull them, as I just said, approximately to the length of my cuffling. And if you do ruffles like that, always put 2 threads in next to each other, because it makes the next job you got to do when you stitch it on really easy. Now you can see I haven't evened this out yet, but that doesn't matter, because that I will do on the sewing machine. And as you could tell, which I haven't mentioned, I already ironed this cuffling in half on this edge, so my left side is in the inside. With these 2 prepared parts, I go to my sewing machine. I take my cuffling and open it up so my right side is facing me, and I take my ruffled lace, put it on top of my cuffling, so I have about a 1 centimeter spare at the end here from the cuffling, because we need to later close the seam there for the cuffling. On approximately 1 centimeter width, I put the first stitches in to hold my lace down. And now I even out all my ruffles here. Exactly, I try to do it as exactly as possible, so it looks nice and even all the way. And that's why that is so easy, because I can hold my two threads and push and pull the widths wherever I want it. That makes it so easy. Now I hold it down, and as I said, on approximately 1 centimeter I'm stitching my ruffles down here, which means I'm more or less going in between my 2 threads that I got here. And I look towards the end right away, because also at the end I want just 1 centimeter of the actual cuffling to hang over, because we need that to finish off the edges. There we go. That's the first part. Then you can just have a check if that is as you want to have it, nice and evenly spread out. Now put the lace out of the way and fold over the cuffling edge on edge. Now we need to leave a hole somewhere to turn all of this inside out. That means, of course, I'm checking here not to have my lace somewhere there in the middle. So I stitch about 1.5 centimeters up there. I leave a hole now, and I do the rest down here and turn on my centimeter, which I got to stitch back here. And here again, I'm looking very carefully so I won't catch any of my actual lace. And I put edge on edge and continue all the way through to the end of my cuffling. I'm more or less stitching exactly on top of the seam that I got there from my lace, which I stitched on early on. And again, I look towards my end and I go all the way through. I'm pushing the lace in. I don't want to stitch it down on that side there. And on this side, we don't need a hole. We got one on the other side. That means we just finish this off. We got to cut this corner a little bit, the same on that side. And now we go to our hole and turn the thing inside out. Now it's your decision. Would you just like to iron it flat and close the hole with some little stitches? Or would you like to go around with a machine so it's always in position? And that is my choice. I like to stitch once around it. And also there you have the choice. Do you want to do the stitching directly on the edge like I do it? Or do you want it in a different distance from the edge? Aha, that can happen. My spool is empty, so we just got to change that. But that's no problem either, because that means I can show you if that happens to me on a part where it's really visible, because this will be on the top later on. That means when I start here now, so I better put the next spool on right away, because white and black is something you always need. Anyway, I had meant to tell you, in case if your bottom thread is just empty, then don't go on top and do a backward stitch. No, go a couple of stitches farther behind and start right there on top. So 3 or 4 stitches are lying over each other, which means that is held very firm, but you hardly don't see it. And that's what's nice about it. Yeah? So, now I'll go along the bottom. Alright, that's my finished coupling now. But as you know, we got to close it somehow. That means I have to put some buttonholes in now, put 2 buttons on, and then I show it to you how I wear it with my pullover. And I'd like to show you the result. These are my finished cufflinks for my sweater, and I'm so glad I did this change, because it was really a boring one before I did those. And as you can see, you can wear those at any time with any other sweater that you would like to pep up a little bit. So I say goodbye for now. Until next time, stay healthy and come around to my channel again. I say goodbye. Tschüss, until next time.